Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you with a weekend update. We've got Get Your Daisy. We've got some flying a little sooner than we thought. We have a lot of updates here to catch you up on here. We also got MoraTheExplorer Cat Scratcha is live. And speaking of her, here she comes. There she is, this time of the day, or the week, or the month, or the last few years, right, Mama? Oh, look at my baby. Let's get into this, shan't we? Dr. Fox back here with you with a weekend update as Mora decides to gracious with her lovely self here and her pretty shiny fur. I brush her every morning with a flea comb just to take off that, because I'll tell you, the little wads of hair that I accumulate over time. Oh my goodness sakes. I won't get too much into that. With that said, let's kind of get into things here as well. Just the Sylvanas book as well, and what some of you are thinking about that as well. Touch on that one if you so desire as well. More class buffs are happening over time as we go along. As we get closer to this 9.1 patch, we get more information coming out for that, as well as we see a lot of folks having access to the PTR of it as well. The Dungeon Torghast Mythic Plus, for the Mythic raids, you'll now have these dungeon portals that will now take you back for Mythic plus 20s. I'd love to have those, especially when you're soloing them and then you get to the end, you're like, oh, I don't want to hearth out. I want to maybe get back to the beginning for said reason. And I know that they have pretty much put a lot, especially in the more current expansion, they pretty much have the question mark at the end. But, there's always some reasoning for that as well. We've had a little bit of some legendary changes coming as well. Just touching on these. You can now go get your Daisy. You got to do it in the little store, Doctors Without Borders. We have officially hit, not we, but like the whole thing. The whole thing. We've hit the 1 million mark, so you can go collect your Daisy at least until August 1st, and then more is decided to rob the cat cam. We're going to totally be derailed today, so bear with us through this. I always appreciate your patience. Flying's going to be a bit earlier than expected. We kind of touched on that the other week as well. So hopefully we'll get to see that as well. BFA, the vicious mounts are moving to the vendors, and then someone will go, oh, wait a minute, what about gladiator mounts, right? Well, we'll have to see how that all plays out as well. The slime secret had been solved too, for those that were curious about the slime secret in the current expansion as well. And of course, as we kind of shift gears as well to the one last thing before we shift gears into what we've been up to. 9.1, for those wondering, it's a major patch, but it's not like a major expansion going away, because there's usually things going away. Generally with the large patch, when it comes with 9.1, it'll just be like the end season. Usually the like the mount, the plus 15 mythic mount, that really cool looking one. But of course with like season 2, it's just gonna be like a recolored one, so you'll sort of still be able to get one. It just might look slightly different colored as well. And then, like I said, with that, we're gonna kind of shift gears. And speaking of Miss Moore being up here as well, of course, as we had announced there, we had a sort of a soft launch on Android. We're still plugging away iOS. Hang in there, iOS users. This may take a bit longer than anticipated, but MoraTheExplorer's Cat Scratcha is currently out, at least version 1.0. That's our patch for now, until it's some could call it a clone. It was just a passion project of ours, a fun little time waster, if you will. It's just the half of the proceeds were going to go to the Westbrook Animal Shelter as well, but I think we ended up offering the first 2 stages for free through that option, at least for on Android. We'll have to see how iOS, because I know Apple charges a small fee for having your apps up there, and they charge you the $99 a year just to have a developer account. So, if you're not constantly developing, it become kind of anyway, there's a whole economy on that. We're not going to get into that. Personally, we may be having some big things happening, and the background over here as well. Yeah, I thought I'd put it away. I'm sure some of you sharp lookers might have noticed that. It's been kind of chilly mornings. It's that time of year where it gets a little chilly, and then you don't need a jacket later. And it started off a little more frigidly chilly this morning. I've been turning my temp down so I don't burn through my gas so quickly. And I think I turned it down to like 60, and it was very, very chilly this morning. So you have that one little warm spot you're all wrapped in, and you're like, I like to cuddle. You don't want to get out. But that's that's my robe. So for those that get to see a little bit more what's going on behind the scenes, I didn't realize that usually I take those things down, and that was like the one thing I didn't even notice today. But with that, I think you'll be seeing some of my scene to kind of lead back. I think you'll be seeing some of the possible scenery. Again, I don't want to get too much into it. There's some things happening this week. With my vehicle, with the possible unit that are what I'm calling the portable unit, Alita 1. I know. I hope I can just... If something... Anyway, I'm not going to touch too much on it. We are officially out. I was boondocking the Thursday prior. I think when I had done my last week, we were already on boondocking Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I think we were on like day into 3 or the 4th day of boondocking there when I did my last weekend update. We were literally working off of batteries, and thanks to some gracious work from some individual, we've been able to temporarily plug in. But we may be going back to boondocking tonight because, like I said, some things may be changing, so I wanted to kind of crank out at least a little bit of a weekend update, give you a little update on what's kind of going down, even if I'm just touching on it right now until things are more... Those that know me know I want to wait until things are a little more in stone, if you will. And then even sometimes when that happens, there's some tweaks there that happen. So we are officially out. That has been done. Boom. So officially as of this past Monday, signing happened, sold, hoo-yah, we're out of there. So that got done. And I'm working on phase 2, and this is sort of part 2 of phase 2 that I'm working on. So I've been wanting to do another solar update and some other updates, but now I may have to cut it short and do it. And I didn't want to start over, but I'm not really starting over. I got most things coming over, but I mean, I gotta have to buy another adapter piece and have to pull over, so I won't have the whole solar system all going on this one. And some would say just I'm not going to tear it out. I'm not going to get into that. There's more to it. I know I'm kind of pausing because I'm trying not to touch too much on it until I get things underway. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit. I do have temporary internet for a little bit. Like I said, I'll be off grid again later this evening. Into tomorrow, because like I said, I have a very busy week. I got to get a lot done this week. No cooking brunch today. I don't want to eat too much out because it's greasy, but I still have a lot of foods I eat right here, thankfully. And boy, I know I've been inspired. I've been wanting to do it for a really long time, and I'm hoping at some point maybe I can get my camera set up to do something like that. But I have a lot of fun little off-grid meals that I've created over the years, and just putting together different ingredients and things to help. Like just a quick example, if you get like the dried beef teriyaki, I know, sorry for any vegans, but there's like some teriyaki, a lot like the rice beef teriyaki veggie mix that I used to make. You can take some of the beef teriyaki, and then there was a way I was able to make some stovetop rice real quick and just threw that in there with some fresh veggies. It's a nice little meal. And it was just, you only need your stove, and then just to be able to pick up those couple ingredients, and then you're off and running within a short period of time. Just little samples like that. I mean, I've got a list of them, and that's why I was like, oh, I'd love to do like Dr. Fox's cookbook or off-grid cookbook or something like that, or just quick meals or whatever we'd want to call it. And I can see Miss Mora's over there. If your guys are hearing some scratching off screen, she's trying to get Mama's attention. She wants to play for a bit, and we've got to go give her a little more attention very shortly. But we're going to kind of wrap this up here in mere moments. Let's get into the calendar, and then we'll touch on that. I just didn't want to have to talk as I came closer to the mic because I didn't want to boom out your ears. as well. So while we're letting that load up, like I said, we things will be tweaking this week. I'll be able to, I hope, touch on it better next weekend update. I hope, if all goes to plan. Congrats on my guild. I know they're working on a couple more of their mains on their classic for like another level or two. I haven't been able to get on with them. It's been, the internet thing's been wonky over here, and not even off grid. I'm not being able to use proper off grid plugging techniques, and I'm burning through the batteries and I have another battery system, and it's just, I'm burning through it too quick. I have to go to a friend's house to recharge those, and I'm trying to get another set to make it last a little longer, but soon I may be actually at a, I don't want to say it out loud for sure, but possibly campground for a little while. Just have some sort of place to sort of be temporarily until things can get a little bit more together, until I can create this, get these next parts put together. Anyway, but we're gonna kind of work on that. With that, like I said, we're gonna just touch on the calendar real quick. If you notice, when I logged in, my character was already flying. My laptop had died the other day. I was trying to go out and do a quick daily, and sadly it had dropped. We also have the so we've got the time walking beginning this week as well, the PvP brawls. The time walking here, we're up to the Wrath one that's going to be going on. We have the volunteer guard day coming up on Wednesday this week as well. We'll get ready. A week from today will be Dark Moon Fair, and I got that one more achievement next week for that Children's Week starting, but that's the following week. So PvP Brawl Deep 6, that's going to begin this week. And the World Quest bonus event, that's going to be ending. So if you want to get in that little extra bonus right now as well, you'll want to definitely jump on that. So there's just a couple of quick little updates on that as well in game. And I'm kind of touching on some of our updates. We'll get more into that. Once things a little more settle, I can be a little bit more free to open up and share a little more of those parts. It's that point sometimes when you're in life and things are kind of up in the air, and you might have 5 different directions you're going, and you're like, I might have gotten it down to 1 or 2, maybe, but it's like, which one of those is it going to go? So I'd rather see which way it's going to sprout. Fork in the road. That's a Muppets reference there. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. I hope you have a good week. Stay safe. Once again, we're kind of wrapping up April as well. Hope you've pulled through it okay. And as of officially yesterday, now some will say, well, there's always a rebuttal for everything, but some will say otherwise. But with that said, at least for now, I'm just going to generically say, and I know there's more details to it, but I am cleared to go. My second shot, it was 2 weeks after. So I had my shot back on the 10th, a second one, and I was cleared as of yesterday. So at least for now. Now, I'm still going to wear my mask, and there's no concern there. As someone who studied microbiology, we should step back and have a concern to think about with that. And with that said, take 2 things this week that you want to think about and kind of contemplate through the rest of your April. Bounce back, call me in the morning, and once again, we will, you know it. See you later.